Hey everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of NieR Replicant version 123.2. When we last left off, we were still doing side quests. I'm so sorry they're taking so long, but I think the side quests are really important to this game. They were for Automata too. They really flush out the world, and I think they're all voiced because they're important, and they are important to the world and the lore and sort of setting the tone. So we're almost at 50%. We literally only have 2 more quests currently in our bank. I don't think Devila had any more for me. I will check, but I'm pretty sure she didn't. We have to go back there anyways to get our rice, but I got the bass, so we're gonna give them to the guy.
I'm back with those fish, Pops.
Well, raise the mainsail and call me Cletus. That's some nice work, youngster. Keep it up, and you just might have a chance of catching the fish.
What is this, Persona 4 Golden?
Which fish?
Perhaps the day will come when I tell you. Now, let me show you the next technique.
I hope my rice grows nice and fast right now. The next day, long enough.
You're on a whole different level now, you wee minnow. Don't you agree?
Oh, I've certainly improved. But I still feel like your training is way harder than it needs to be.
Ain't no shortcuts in life, son.
Fishing skill! Yeah! If you have a part 6, I'm gonna throw myself off of this pier. Okay. So, I bought 10 sardines. We need to get sharks. So we can get them here, and if we use sardines as the lure, or the bait, sorry, we should be able to get them. So I wanted to show at least one, and then I'll do the other ones off screen. But we'll see how hard this is. Hopefully not too bad. I hope you guys are doing well, by the way. Thank you so much for your continued support of the series. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Fantastic. That's a great sign. It's doing really well on the channel. One of my better series. Overall. I think first is 13 Sentinels, and then Sakuna of Rice and Ruin is second. 13 Sentinels is like in a league of its own, though, in terms of how well it's done on my channel. But this one's doing really well. Poison Control is still doing really well, which is good because I'm having a lot of fun with those games. It's just 306 pounds. I lifted that out the water. Okay, with this little pole and that little line. All right, sure. I just chucked the carcass back. Okay, well. And that's what it looks like. That was very entertaining. So I'm gonna get 4 more, and then I will meet you guys back at the town. So hopefully our rice is done. We can grab that. We can check for quests, and then we'll come back and turn in the last quest, and then move on with the story. So catch you guys back here, or nope, not back. Yeah, back here. Nope, at the town. Catch you guys at the town. All right, everyone. So I got too impatient. My rice was taking forever, so I just bought 5 rice from the store. And now we have all the things we needed. Was that for the... It was for the guy down here. And there's one more quest that popped up, and I'm praying it's nothing major. It's the postman, and it's called Closure. So I'm hoping it's just like...
I found your ingredients.
Super chill.
Fantastic. Let's see how this tastes.
Better taste freaking amazing.
Okay, here you are. Go ahead. Let me know what you think.
Here goes.
Well?
This is fantastic. I've never had anything like it.
Splendid. In that case, we have a new special. Maybe I'll even name it after you. Oh, and here's some payment. Thanks again.
Hey. I just spent that on the freaking rice. Woo. Please don't have any more quests. All right, let's go talk to the postman, and this should be the last one. For the time being, I pray. Because I would love to go to the Forest of Myth, finally get back to exploring. I'm going the wrong way. Get back to some exciting stuff. I bet you she passed away.
The woman from the lighthouse has passed. We found her in bed. She looked happy. So, I guess you didn't tell her, huh?
Huh. Okay, well, I promised her I wouldn't, but if I tell them that she was still happy regardless, then I think that might be nice, right? That they feel like she was okay with what they did, right?
Actually, I told her the truth.
Thank you. I think you did right.
Yeah, thank you.
Hard to believe she's gone. I always figured the old girl would outlive me. I hope our plan was right. I hope it made her happy in the end.
Hey. That was a nice, very short quest.
Did we do the right thing? Was she happy?
I do not know. None can say what true happiness is. Humans, and perhaps even magical toads, are far more uncertain creatures than we know.
Huh. True that, though, Vice. Alright, so.
Yeah, I guess.
Let me take a little gander. No incomplete quests. Alright, so it makes sense. We're 50% of the way down with quests. This should be it for now. We can run back to town, and then we'll go on to the Forest of Myth. Very exciting. If I get back there and my rice is done, I'm gonna have a conniption. I was trying to, like, waste time so that the rice would grow. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go fishing to get some bass, and I can sell it. Which we need to sell some stuff and make some money. I don't think I need 79 goat meats, honestly. So I'll probably get rid of those. And, well, not all of them. A lot of them. Hi, sorry. Oh, sorry. And then we can sell the bass we caught, because apparently they're supposed to sell for a good amount of money. I have a couple of things that I had a good amount of that I could sell and make some profit. I get flung off of my board at the end. Nothing was as funny as watching him... Oh, I just clinked my teeth together. Watching him fling those sharks over his shoulder like it was freaking nothing. Like, there is no way that fishing line held up. You know what I mean? Like, what the heck? It's pretty hilarious, though. The physics were just 100% on point. Okay, Devila doesn't have anything. That's a good sign. I think we're good to go. Alright, so let me go over here. Let's sell some stuff, make some money.
Make sure.
Sell, we'll do... Alright, so, I just want to have even numbers. So we'll do 8. I like to round things out a little bit. 10, 25, that's fine. We'll do 6. We'll cut this down to 30. I mean, it's really easy to get. Wolf fangs are also really easy to get. I'll cut that down to 30 as well. Making some money. I might give her all the mutton, not gonna lie. I'm gonna hate myself if I need tree branches and berries. Well, okay, okay. You know, we'll keep the ore, because I think I can use that for, like, the smithy and stuff. We'll sell my black bass. My blowfish. Alright, that's good for now. Yeah. Woo! Money!
Come back.
Thank you. Alright, last but not least, hello!
Here's your.
Oh, thank you.
Alright, one more time.
Here's your.
Oh,
Alright, what a nice way to make 1,500 gold. Okay, everyone, we are going on to new areas. Let me save, just in case. I would hate for something bad to happen and I have to do that again. Let's see. Off to the Forest of Myth we go, which sounds very exciting. It's a very unique sounding place. How is it going? Yeah, they still haven't grown at all, so I don't know how long rice takes. Apparently some things take 12 to 24 hours of game time, and I was like, what? I was looking up online because apparently people used to, back when the game first came out, they used to speed up the clock on their PS3 or their 360 or whatever, but you can't do that anymore. Apparently you can do some time zone trick, but I was like, I'm not, I'll just go buy it somewhere. So then I went to look for it. And, you know, it worked out. It was like 2,000 gold or something, so it's fine. I'm excited to be done with them, though. 50% of quests, that feels pretty good. Maybe 50% will be unlocked after we move on with the story and stuff. Forest of Myth is over there. Come here, friend. Also, I was fighting some of the shades here because I was like trying to waste time. I didn't level up or anything and I barely got any experience. But I noticed, and I think I showed it before, they drop used coloring books. And like, I'm really starting to think that all the tiny shades might be like children that like fell victim to the black scrawl. Like, I really do think it might be actual people turned into these enemies, you know what I mean? Because why else would they be carrying old coloring books? Unless they killed children, which is kind of, I don't know which is more sad, but it's just like I thought I have. I don't know. Ooh. Ooh. There's a save point right there, are you kidding me? Ari and the Will-O-Wisps. This reminds me of Final Fantasy X.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Where the heck is Kaine? Is this a village? Okay. It reminds me of the macadamia, not macadamia, that's is it? Oh, God, what the hell is it called? Macalania Woods? It's something like that in Final Fantasy X. Oh God, it's a quest. Oh God, oh God. Hi, sir.
Beware. Beware. The words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Is her a narrator? Hello? Fourth wall?
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Darkstalia and Vice.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
It's Nightmare on Elm Street up in here. The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. Ooh. The village mayor had determined the death dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly. Why is this getting bigger on my screen?
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes.
Said the
I
mayor.
think you have.
I'm like, how fast can I say the inner between words?
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Darkstalia's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Darkstalia had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
It's like making me super uneasy how my game is like the words are getting bigger and my screen is turning black. Darkstalia and Vice racked their brains but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations. I mean, we just talked to the guy sitting there. Is that not what happened?
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
We haven't talked to anyone. We talked to the one dude sitting on the ground over there. The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator.
Wow, I feel kind of offended, Vice.
It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Vice looks skyward as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to DarkDives like a contagion. Wait, said DarkDives suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. You must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Something specific, some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. This idiot! After a few more minutes of thought, DarkDives' face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. The mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at DarkDives. That sounds right, he said as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. Oh god. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? There was an exit, I know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. DarkDives nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said DarkDives, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence! Cried Vice. Grimoire looked from DarkDives to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire, Vice's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you've told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seem surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right. You're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of DarkDives and Vice. We're all counting on you. As DarkDives slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. I saw this man once before, he thought, but where? DarkDives' mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed it around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he had been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Darkselia to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Darkselia snapped. "Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk!" Darkselia leaned against the tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. "How can this stupid forest be so big?" he muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Ugh. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Darkselia slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. "Weiss, what's going on?" Darkselia could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting at a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled. And then, just as Darkselia's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Three! As the insect symphony dimmed in their decibel, Darkselia began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise. It's something else. The insects weren't just calling out. They were asking a question. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages! Is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place? Then I leave it to you to answer. What is this, Professor Layton? Jesus. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. The answer is a secret? A seesaw! It is a seesaw. Something that's ideal with 2 people, but dangerous with 3. Oh, it's a seesaw! Weiss's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. Ring ring wah! Ring ring wah! Shik-shik-kee! Shik-shik-kee! When Darkselia came to, he was once again surrounded by the sound of insects. The cries of the insects were creating words. Words he had heard somewhere before. 1 with it is lacking. Oh! But I guess I got it wrong. Oh, is it a secret? Inwardly furious that Weiss left the task to him, Darkselia sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. Well, a seesaw makes sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Darkselia like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest anthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Darkselia moved on with a new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Darkselia after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Darkselia picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sunlight! Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it! Darkselia grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right, after all. This one is pretty easy. Sunlight! I enter through the window. Sunlight. Sunlight! Oh, sunlight! plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look! Cried Darkcelia, awakening Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Darkcelia walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by a mist. Began Darkcelia, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held up a hand and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Darkcelia tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Vice, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Darkcelia. Well, at least it's an easy one. It's a person, right? A human? A man. Because you're like a baby, and then you're a person, and then you're an old person with like a walking stick. I've heard that one before. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Darkcelia. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Darkcelia watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Darkcelia and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped Darkcelia's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. Ah, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not! The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Darkcelia withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least, I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Darkcelia filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the 3 of them lay down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Darkcelia cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Darkcelia and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Vice, it is words that control the Death Dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor, the first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Darkcelia shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh, wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did. I'm back. He blinked once, and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Darkcelia and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor, as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall return in short order, I am sure, said Vice. For now, you shall return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Vice. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Darcy and Vice could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Vice, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Darkstelia mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before, too. Darkstelia tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Darkstelia gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
You obtained a sealed verse, Dark Execution Magic. Okay. Sorry, I was taking a drink of water after all that talking. Summon magical spikes from the ground to impale enemies. Charge to increase the number of spikes. Oh, I like this one. Probably gonna equip that. I don't know what the hell just happened.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Yeah, don't think about how the fact that our whole life was just narrated somehow randomly. Let's see, execution, and let's go to, whoop, me pressing all the wrong buttons? When does that happen? Okay, let me see. Execution, we want Geb, Lucas. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, cool. So this, I don't really know what just happened. I mean, it was cool. Oh, people are back. Okay. More side quests. Fantastic. Hi. Do you have a face?
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Enter the dream. Hold on. Let me save really quick. Let me just go pop a quick save. How many minutes are we at? 30? Ooh, I might need to call it an episode. And we'll do those next time. What if it's going to be as intense as that one? I think I need to give my voice a break anyways. Alright, so we'll do those other two people's dreams. I don't know if this village only has 3 people. I have no idea. That was very bizarre. Very interesting, but very bizarre. I like the chance to get to read and do voices, although doing voices kind of hurt a little bit. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm happy we finally finished all the side quests. And we can kind of move on with the story. So, thank you. And as always, feel free to leave a like, comment, favorite, or subscribe, whatever you guys are feeling. And until the next time, lights off, dark out.